The first year of the Pac-12's North Division saw Oregon and Stanford tie for the division title, but the Ducks' victory over the Cardinal gave them the first ever berth into that conference title game, and it could very well come down to the Ducks and Cardinal in the North again this season. In Palo Alto, second-year head coach David Shaw is now dealing with life after Andrew Luck. The #1 overall draft pick is gone, leaving Shaw with 3 backups who had thrown a total of 13 passes at the collegiate level. But with senior running back Stephen Taylor and his 1,330 yards returning, the Cardinals should be able to give their QB plenty of run support.
I mean, as far as running game, us as a running back group, we want to continue to run well, but we need the offensive line, of course, when they're going to step up like they usually do.
Well, as Coach Pep, our offense coordinator, likes to say, the quarterback needs to master the art of handing the ball off to Stephon. Stephon's in the best shape of his life. He looks great. Anthony Wilkerson is finally 100% healthy. He hasn't been healthy for a year. He's finally healthy.
In Seattle, the Huskies have a new attitude on defense after giving up points in bunches at the end of last season. Junior Keith Price set a school record with 33 touchdown passes last year, and the Huskies' offense figures to be very potent again this year.
Now I've got our leaders on this team who have been here for 4 years, who are recruited by us. The messaging, the philosophies are second nature to them. It's who they are. It's what they've become. And so now when you bring in new coaches, it's to get them integrated as quickly as possible so that their beliefs are aligned with mine and with the players. And so that's what the biggest change has been.
And I think it started from me. I know that my energy needed to be high in order for the offense to get rolling. And I think we had our moments, but I know that we still got a lot to work on.
Here in Strawberry Canyon, the massive rebuilding of Memorial Stadium is nearly complete, meaning the Bears' football facilities will have gone from some of the worst in the conference to some of the best. And the pressure is on head coach Jeff Tedford to give Bears fans a reason to be excited about the product on the field in his 11th year at Cal. To do that, Tedford will need senior quarterback Zach Maynard to improve upon last season's respectable output of nearly 3,000 yards, 17 touchdowns, and just 11 interceptions.
As far as just knowledge of the offense, speed of the game, understanding what we do in game planning, management of the game, those are all real critical things that he has a year under his belt, and so he's much more productive, much more confident.
I feel like I have to be a lot better, more well-rounded as a game, as an athlete as well, picking up the defenses better, using my feet, when I need to, instead of forcing a couple balls here and there, but as well as knowing my checkdowns are a lot. So, I mean, I got a lot of stuff to display for the game this year.
In the Palouse, Mike Leach takes over for Paul Wolf after a 4-8 campaign. Quarterback Jeff Toole and wide receiver Marquise Wilson are at the heart of a dangerous passing attack.
I mean, the thing is, guys worked hard in spring, they worked hard in the offseason, they lifted hard, and they want the payoff for their work and their effort right away.
Hopefully we'll be playing for a bowl game this year. I tell my parents all the time, I'd love to be home for Christmas, but I'm hoping I'm not. So.
Very bold. The Pac-12 North Media Poll predicts that Oregon will beat out Stanford again. 117 first-place votes for the Ducks, 5 for the Cardinal, Washington in third.
Yeah, look who gets to vote there for first place, California.
Yeah, interesting.
The Cougars picked to finish ahead of the Beavers, OSU, at the bottom there in 6th place.
Around the conference, coaches have admitted building better programs starts with building better facilities.
Yeah, the arms race alive and well. Phil Milani takes us around the Pac-12 and shows us the latest building boom.
When it comes to facilities, it starts with Oregon. The Ducks are building a brand new $68 million football operations center. 130,000 square feet in all, the new center will include coaches' offices, video theaters, a dining hall, a weight room. But no, the school says there won't be any hot tubs in Chip Kelly's office. At Cal, the long-anticipated $321 million renovations to Memorial Stadium are nearly complete. The new bowl will comply with new seismic standards, plus there's new seating, a new press box, new scoreboards, and inside, a state-of-the-art high-performance center.
It's a first-class facility. The training facility is great. Meeting rooms, we've been waiting a long time for it.
At USC, the Trojans have opened the new $70 million John McKay Center. Across from the practice fields, the 110,000 square foot facility is complete with locker rooms, a weight room, plus football offices. The Wildcats are finally moving out of the McKale Center. Arizona Stadium is getting an upgrade, a $72.3 million expansion to the north end zone, adding offices and weight rooms.
We've got a good situation starting in August of next year when the new building is done, the football facility, the Low Stevens football facility. We'll have as good a setup as anybody in the country.
Next spring, the Utes are moving into a $30 million, 120,000 square foot football complex.
Facilities in Division I football, it's all about keeping up with the Joneses or getting ahead of the Joneses, and we're in that same game as everybody else.
And finally, at Washington, the $250 million renovations to Husky Stadium are in full gear. The finished product will include a completely remodeled lower bowl and south side stands, plus premium seating and a new parking garage. For Inside the Pac, I'm Phil Milani.
Look at those numbers. Cal's Memorial Stadium project, the most expensive in the conference, followed closely by those renovations to Husky Stadium. Washington State set to complete $80 million in renovations there to Martin Stadium.
Oregon and USC continue to lead the pack in terms of facilities, but nearly every school is closing the gap. The Rose Bowl construction is underway, and that'll be interesting to see what Arizona State and Colorado have in store as well. As we take a look at all these new facilities, do want to mention at Washington, we mentioned the new attitude on defense. Nick Holt out, former Duck Justin Wilcox in as a defensive coordinator. The facilities are great, but it's what the teams that you put into them. And what's more intriguing here, I don't really know. What is more intriguing, the facilities or the teams, the high-profile coaches that now have a chance to really make some noise in the conference?
You're looking at paying guys $2.25 million a year to coach these teams. Everybody's got a big high-profile coach now, and everybody kind of trying to chase with Oregon here with the facilities, but certainly everybody really gunning for what they've been doing for years already in the SEC, and all this money coming in for the Pac-12 networks. Every school is putting this into use.
Have you been talking to Kyle Whittingham? Because that's what Kyle Whittingham at Utah said. The SEC started it. Yes, in the Pac-12, Pac-10,
if they
Oregon
want to hang with those guys, you
no
have
question.
to do it.
They've been building those football palaces up for years like that. Yep. Kyle Whittingham, without a doubt, he, like I said, who started it? The SEC. And that was it.
Bar none.
Yeah, it was on. Well, a year ago, DeAnthony Thomas burst onto the scene with his ankle-breaking moves and breakaway speed. What does he think about his sophomore season? Next, in this season preview edition of Inside the Pac, we'll sit down with the Quack Mamba as he tries to top 2011.
I felt like I had a great summer this year. You know, I feel more explosive. I feel faster. I feel much bigger and stronger. So I'm just waiting to get the season started.
Plus, both the Ducks and Beavers open the season with relative patsies, roll to a big win, and it's all good, but suffer the upset, and it can be devastating. That's still ahead as well on this 1 hour Inside the Pac season preview special.